watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Good evening. Today's Wednesday, September 6, 2023. I'm Missy Kohler, and this is News 25. In a tragic report, a 13-year-old boy drowned in Las Vegas due to flooding that occurred over the weekend. Rory Roselle has the details.
On September 3rd, a 13-year-old boy by the name of Ryan Taylor passed away due to unfortunate circumstances caused by drowning after being dragged underneath a van and surrounded by rapid, violent floodwaters. This incident happened on Saturday, September 2nd, at an apartment complex near Tropicana Avenue. According to witness reports, Ryan was riding a raft when the waters ran him into the SUV. Witnesses say the water came up to the windows of the SUV. Reports also say that about 15 to 20 people ran to help rescue the teen. After removing him, they started CPR until paramedics arrived, ultimately taking him to Sunrise Hospital. Ryan's parents created a GoFundMe page, and if you would like to donate, the name of the GoFundMe is Ryan James Taylor. News 25 would like to offer their condolences to the family and everyone involved.
Multiple vehicles are involved in a crash this morning just before 8 a.m. The collision is reported to be at the intersection of Eastern Avenue and Warm Springs Road, says Las Vegas Metro Police in an email. The extent of injuries are unknown at this time, and no other details are available. Several lanes are blocked as police respond to the scene. An RTC bus could be seen, though it's unclear if it was involved in this multiple vehicle crash. A Pahrump man is arrested after stalking a woman and breaking his TPO.
On Monday, August 28th of this year, Nye County Sheriff deputies are dispatched to an address in Pahrump regarding the information that a suspect of a temporary protection order violation is located. According to the report, the suspect, identified as Andrew Goody, has violated his temporary protection order by sleeping on the front porch in front of the protected residence and by texting the woman inside the residence, which Andrew is not allowed to do per his restraining order. Sheriff deputies who arrived on location took Andrew Goody into custody after first serving Goody with an extension of the temporary protection order. According to the report, Goody has been repeatedly messaging and emailing the woman over the past week. The messages from Goody revolved primarily around wanting to speak with a woman inside the residence. After multiple messages and being blocked by the woman on multiple platforms, Goody sent a message that he would show up at her house and attempt to confront her. Goody also messaged that he wants to shoot himself in the head if he has to live without her. The woman has a domestic violence temporary protection order against Goody from July 26, 2023 to August 24th of this year and was granted an extended protection order on August 24th, which was served on Goody. Andrew Goody was taken to the Nye County Detention Center. Goody is being charged with stalking while using the internet and digital communication devices.
Another lawsuit has been filed in Maui, this time not only targeting Hawaii Electric, but Maui County and its private and public landowners. RJ Camacho reports.
On September 5th, lawyers for Lahaina residents, business owners, told a court that cable TV and telephone companies are allegedly as responsible as Hawaiian Electric for the fires that burned Maui. According to lawyers, cable TV and telephone companies allegedly overloaded and destabilized some of the electric poles throughout Maui. Apparently, the cables were set up and attached in a way that caused strain on the poles, which resulted in them leaning and breaking in the high winds that contributed to the fire in Maui. Lip Smith LLP, a law firm based in Honolulu, proposed a class action against Hawaii Electric and Maui County in the state court in Hawaii. Attorney Graham Lip Smith has now requested that the court add multiple telecommunications companies and public and private landowners to the original lawsuit. Mary Beth Lip Smith Smith, co-founder of Lipsmith LLP law firm, stated, "In a disaster of this magnitude, it takes some time for all the potentially responsible parties to come into focus and be brought into court. Our investigation thus far shows a constellation of many series failures that together led to this horrible tragedy. There were allegations that Lipsmith was seeking extra defendants in the event that Hawaii Electric were to declare bankruptcy. However, they have denied these claims and instead stated that it's trying to get at the root of multiple failures in order to prevent this kind of tragedy in the future. The lawsuit aims towards damages and injunctive relief and also includes a court order to force defendants to address fire risk. However, the amended complaint will still hold the power utilities responsible for the wildfires and accuses them of not only failing to turn off the power during high winds and dry conditions, but also failing to replace old wooden telephone poles that were too weak to withstand 105-mile-per-hour winds, as required by a 2002 national standard. It also accuses the electric company for briefly recharging the lines in parts of Lahaina, as well as blocking evacuation routes as crews tended to down power lines. The amendment to the complaint will add other parties meant to be held responsible as well, such as private and state landowners for not maintaining highly flammable vegetation that ignited the fire and fueled its spread. It also states that the county should have properly maintained vegetation, aggressively reduced non-native plants, and sounded sirens to warn people of the approaching fire. However, John Fisk, an attorney from a California firm who's representing the county, has stated that the ultimate responsibility lies with Hawaiian Electric to properly keep up its equipment in an effort to ensure that lines are not live when there's risk of them being downed or when they are downed.
After the break, we'll introduce you to the director of Great Basin College. We'll be back.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by John Air. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, call 775-751-2372.
Thanks for staying with us. News 25 caught up with the new director of Great Basin College, who's here to tell us how to earn a great education for little cost in today's Business Brief.
Great Basin College is really committed to helping our community. So a couple of things that we've done over the summer is start building out programs to help what we feel are things that we've seen throughout the community that are in need. We've built out our food bank, which was already in existence, but we've built it out a little bit further. We have created a little free lending library, so come and take a book and leave a book. We also have a clothing closet on one side of campus, so if you are either a student or a community member, we invite you to come talk to us, set an appointment, and we can absolutely set you up with some clothes that have been donated from the community. And if you'd like to donate clothes, food, books, you are always welcome to stop by and say hello as well. We just want people to come to our campus and know that we are part of this community. And look, we're going to talk to you about your future. We're going to talk to you about what you're doing to help and better yourself. And if that includes college, we're here for you to help. The other thing that I might mention is that folks look at a community college or state school and they say, I can't afford that. And if you're like me, you probably spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on school. You can, without scholarships and grants, come to Great Basin College for $5,000 to $7,000 a year total, full-time. It's $85 per credit, $110 per credit in some cases. The amount of scholarships and grants that we give out is astronomical. I would say most of our students, if not all of our students, in the direct area pay next to nothing to come to school. If you're not going to a top 20 college or university, the brand recognition that you're receiving doesn't much matter. Go to school, get your skills, get everything you need to start your career, and get out with as little as debt as possible. And that's why I would say, come over to Great Basin and see what we have to offer.
A new act, dubbed the CARE Act, has been passed, making care for veterans and their caretakers a simpler process.
On September 1st, it was announced that Senator Jackie Rosen has helped introduce the Veterans Caregiver Application and Appeals Reform Act, or the CARE Act. The CARE Act aims to help improve the Department of Veteran Affairs program of comprehensive assistance for family caregivers, and also aims to ensure that caregivers and veterans will be able to take advantage of support and care that they deserve. The Caregivers Program is a program that provides comprehensive support for the caretakers of veterans who were injured injured in the line of duty. These changes come due to both veterans and caretakers alike reporting as improper notices of decisions from the VA that heavily impact the care of other patients. Due to the complicated application and appeal process, both veterans and caregivers have been needing advocates to guide them through the process. The CARE Act will require medical specialists to evaluate the veterans' applications, and that detailed reasons will be laid out in the event of denial. The VA will also be required to deliver annual reports to Congress on the program.
Dates are set for the new Las Vegas air races at the Spaceport development just outside of Pahrump.
The Las Vegas Spaceport announced that the Las Vegas Air Races motorsport event is planned for October 25th through the 27th, 2024 at its facility near Pahrump. Organizers say the Las Vegas Air Races will feature aircraft reaching speeds of up to 500 miles per hour in an up-close and thrilling encounter. More than 500 vendors will showcase products, and the event will be designed to accommodate more than 25,000 people. There will also be drone races, rocket launch demonstrations, and live music. The announcement comes as the Reno Air Races approaches its final edition later this month. Organizers cited the significant growth in the North Valleys region, where the event is held, as the reason for sunsetting the event.
Whether you live in Boulder City or not, you now have the option to view the majestic bighorn sheep that sometimes travel down to one of the city's parks. RJ Camacho has the details.
Boulder City has announced on September 5th that it has launched a ram cam which will show video of the bighorn sheep that come down from the mountains. The equipment cost just under $6,000 and came from the city's general fund. This camera was first suggested in March of 2022. However, connectivity had slowed the process due to the park needing a stable internet connection in order to upload a live feed. The bighorn sheep come down various times of the day, and due to being wild animals, don't exactly keep a schedule, which makes it hard for those wishing to see the majestic animals to actually witness them. Thus, this camera will allow people to see them wherever they are, and, if they so choose, can decide to come out and see them in person thanks to the camera. The camera has been set up in the northwest corner of Hemingway Park, which is located at 401 Villa Drive. Roger Hall, a city parks and recreation director, as well as 4-decade Boulder City resident, stated that now they can check the feed on their home computer or cell phone and decide if they want to make the drive, ride, or walk to the park. You can check out the live camera feed anytime at bcnv.org/ramcam.
Here's Mikey with a look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports. The day with the Stanley Cup tour continued. Alec Martinez and his dog on a lawn. Las Vegas Aviators lost a rough one against the Sacramento Rivercats last night, 9-1. Rematch tonight at 7:05. Las Vegas Aces played the Seattle Storm on Saturday, victorious 103-77. They play the Mercury in Phoenix on Friday. Raiders season kicks off this Sunday in Denver against the Broncos. And Pahrump Valley High School Athletes of the Week are in. They include Alexis Staples, tennis, Avery Moore, soccer, Austin Sandoval, football, Aliana Zuniga for golf, Brennan Benedict, football, Ellen Ramirez, volleyball, Kat Sandoval for volleyball, Kendra Cardwell for cheer, Kalania Martinez for soccer, and Kaylin Robinson Brown for volleyball. And the replacements won the Music Trivia Championship last week at 5280 Mexican Grill. They defend their title this Saturday, September 9th. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
When we come back, we'll have the health report and the latest weather forecast, so stay with us.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. With so many different kinds of thermometers on the market these days, parents may be wondering which one is best to use for their kids. Dr. Maureen Allman with Cleveland Clinic Children's has some advice.
It does partially depend on the child's age, and it also is very important to follow the directions on the thermometer to a T, because there were a lot of mass-produced thermometers with the most recent, pandemic, and there's a lot. They all have different directions.
Dr. Amon says with young children, parents are going to get the most accurate reading with a rectal thermometer. However, if they are uncomfortable using one of those, they could try a forehead scanner instead, or place a digital thermometer under the child's armpit. When it comes to infants, she does not recommend using an ear thermometer since their ear canals are so small. Not to mention, it can be difficult to get the right angle, or there could be earwax throwing off the reading.
The other thing with those ear thermometers is that I have noted that ear infections, because the eardrum is inflamed, it can actually falsely make it look higher, falsely, read high with those. So you do want to watch that.
Dr. Amon says once a child gets older and can hold a thermometer under their tongue, then it's okay to use one of those. They are generally accurate, unless, of course, the child ate something prior to tamper with the reading, like a popsicle. If that's the case, parents should wait half an hour before taking their temperature.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Today's Lerner and Rowe WeatherCam picture taken from Mount Arden. What a beautiful view today. Gorgeous weather, too. What's happening as we go into the rest of the week? John will be back to tell us.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Happy Wednesday. Good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, all up and down the Ace Country Radio Network and worldwide to your mobile device on the local BTV app, the app that says, hey, what's up? 83 degrees out there in Fernley. Fallon saw 84. Carson City at 80 is feeling pretty grady, but out in Tonopah, they got the Cool Spot Award at 78 degrees. Congratulations. Goldfield, 80 degrees. Beatty, all the way up to 89 degrees. Dang near pleasant for a donkey if you're out wandering around in Beatty. 95 degrees in Amargosa makes them the hot spot. Just kind of. It seems like downright reasonable. Las Vegas, perfect at 93. Death Valley, even tolerable, 105. But here in the paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look at our current temperature. 91 degrees. Nice. Take it. It's 93 just a little bit earlier. Winds kindly this week under 10 miles per hour. Out of the south to 9 miles per hour this afternoon. Sun rose this morning at 6:19. Setting this evening. Oh, my gosh. Fans of night rejoice. We've reclaimed another couple minutes of daylight. Sunset going down at 7:04, and we're heading down to low tonight of a wonderfully pleasant 68 degrees. Great night to go for a walk outside, don't you think? As we head on into the rest of the week, let's take a look at the sunshine. Nice. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sunshiny weather, temperatures in the mid and upper 90s. We get a spat of clouds that come at us on Sunday. But then, we're taking turns with the clouds. The wind throughout the week, about 9 miles per hour, pleasantly under 10 miles per hour. Temperatures kind of resting at, mid and low 90s. But this is going to be a gorgeous weekend to look forward to, and I hope you're making some good plans. All right, back to the desk. Here's Missy Kohler.
Thanks, John. I was just thumbing through the 2023 issue of Southern Nevada Strong magazine, which you can pick up at many locations all around town. Get a copy of it. It's a great way to find out what's going on in town, including the schedule for Fall Fest, which is coming up in a few weeks. And I was just taking a look at a great article about the China Ranch Date Farm and the fire they endured back in 2021. Lots of great articles, recipes, and the ads in it are a great way to keep up on what's going on in Pahrump. So pick it up, Southern Nevada Strong magazine at locations all over town. That's going to do it for us at News 25. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. Have a great night.